shirt as I serve my brew. I'm cool with the work I do. Clock ticks in the world.
What is up guys, GrogeGaming here. Welcome back to another Clash Royale video. I hope you're all doing well today. First of all, I just want to apologise for not really uploading recently. I haven't uploaded since last Friday because I've been pretty ill. You can probably still hear it a little bit. But yeah, I'm feeling a bit better now, so going to be back with the uploads. And I guess it was kind of helpful anyway because the balance changes are coming tomorrow, the 11th of August, which is really great. And what I want to do today is basically go over the balance changes, give my view on each change and how it will affect the meta, what decks we're likely to see. All the while we're going to be pushing up with this Hog Mortar deck, which should be pretty fun. So I'm going to chuck on a couple of replays with this deck whilst we go over the balances and all of that kind of stuff, and then I'm going to play some live games for you guys. So first replay on in the background, and now let's get into the balance changes. So we've got the Night Witch to begin with, which I think was obviously needed. Everyone knew it was needed. She was just way too strong for 4 elixir. So you've got a minus 9% on the damage, minus 11 on the range, on her range attack. And then you've got the bat spawn speed decreased to 7 seconds from 6, so she's going to spawn bats less often, and only 2 bats spawn when she dies, so those aren't going to be quite as annoying. Which I think is just a great nerf because she was such a good tank killer, and as a troop that was just ridiculous. Because she could do the ground damage and the aerial damage all in one. Just way too much value for 4 elixir. So I'm really happy with that nerf. That's definitely going to affect the meta, as she was just so highly used and had such a high win percentage when actually used. Next we've got the Battle Ram. So it takes a bit longer to begin charging, and then the barbarians spawn slower as well. So I think this is a pretty good nerf. Battle Ram was obviously very heavily used inside the current meta with the bridge spam, 3 musketeers, and all of that kind of stuff. So just slowing it down gives you a bit more time to react to it when it's actually placed at the bridge or anything like that. So it should be a bit easy to deal with, and then the barbarians that spawn out won't initially just take your tower, which is great. Probably a needed nerf, to be honest. We're going to see a lot less bridge spam in this meta, if any, to be honest. And then another great nerf, which I'm really happy with, I'm sure many people are happy with this, is the Graveyard. Graveyard has been so strong since it was released, and Supercell just didn't really do anything about it. I'm guessing they felt like it was fine, but obviously being such a strong win condition for so long, it definitely needed some changes. And that change is the duration is reduced to 9 seconds from 10 seconds, and it spawns 15 skeletons, whereas before it spawned 17. So you're losing 2 skeletons and it doesn't last quite as long, so it's not going to be as powerful. It definitely reduces the power that it has quite a bit, I feel. I feel like that's going to make a little bit of a difference. Next, moving on, we've got the Electro Wizard. Hit points minus 2%, so this is a really minor nerf. And I'm guessing that is just because he's obviously very strong still, and this is just going to bring him down to the level that is needed. And I'm not entirely sure, but I think that may mean that he dies to a fireball. I'd have to check that out, but I'm not entirely sure. But obviously it just reduces his kind of control in the arena a little bit, which is good. And finally, Heal. I'm so happy with this one because I absolutely hate Heal. I think it was the worst card added into the game for so long. And that is getting a nerf by ½ a second, which means that if someone goes for the Heal and you poison on top of it, your poison is probably going to overpower the Heal. Yeah, the poison will probably overpower the Heal and be able to kind of chip down the troops after they've finished healing. So hopefully we're going to see less 3 musketeer Heal. And then moving on, Mini P.E.K.K.A, pretty big buff if you ask me. Damage plus 4.6%, and plus 4.6% is huge considering how much damage it actually does already. I'm not sure exactly how much it does at tournament standard, but that is That is a big buff, so it's going to be able to completely destroy Hog Riders. It's going to be the new tank killer, I feel. Definitely going to be very, very strong in the meta. So it'll be interesting to see what new decks come about from the Mini P.E.K.K.A. The next two changes I'm not really sure were needed, but we'll have to see how they go. Hopefully this doesn't produce a siege meta. And that is the Mortar and the Expo deploy time reduced to 3.5 seconds from 4. So once they're put down, you can have much less time to react to them. I know half a second doesn't seem like much, but every little bit helps when you're if you're actually using the siege cards. So hopefully something happens to not produce a siege meta, because that's going to be pretty crazy if we're seeing Expo and Mortar everywhere. Next, a huge one, which is the Dark Prince. Damage +6. Definitely needed. Was just far too weak as it stood. And then it actually hits 0.1 of a second quicker as well. So it will have actually a considerable amount more DPS, making it just much more of a viable card overall. So I'm definitely excited for that. It'll be interesting to see where it fits. I feel like it could fit in some beatdown decks. P.E.K.K.A. Double Prince could be pretty viable again. We'll have to see. And actually I think it was on Clash with Ash, when the Dark Prince is charging, it can actually take out 3 Musketeers. At equal level, obviously. So if a Dark Prince charges at a Musketeer, it's going to take them out. And then moving on to the Ice Wizard, which is pretty awesome. Damage +10%. So each shot, it is going to be able to take out bats, skeletons, which is just great. So it's going to be a graveyard counter. So I guess graveyard has kind of received more than one nerf in this change. And then you've got hit speed to 1.7 seconds from 1.5. So I think its DPS actually goes down, but it has much more of an initial hit every time it hits, so it will take out skeletons, which is going to be really, really useful. And then finally we have bats, and we are gaining 1 more bat from 4. So 4 bats to 5 bats, which I guess is needed because they're pretty weak as a card goes for 2 elixir. So definitely needed. And now let's talk about what we think the new meta might be, or how the meta is going to evolve. So initially my thoughts are that bridge spam, the battle ram kind of 3 Musketeer decks are probably going to die out a fair bit. The heal nerf does make it seem like the 3 Musk bridge spam meta should disappear. I think we're going to see a lot more beatdown with Mini P.E.K.K.A. in there. Possibly lightning as well, because with the Night Witch nerf it means we're going to see more Inferno towers. So obviously then you're going to have more lightning, so it's going to be kind of like a beatdown lightning meta again possibly. And then you've got the siege in there, which is going to try and counter the beatdown. So it's definitely going to be interesting. Probably a lot of rockets, probably a lot of lightning. I'm unsure about Hog, because obviously you know Hog is my favourite. And with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. buff, I think we're going to be struggling as Hog users. Hopefully my Hog is going to be okay, but if not, I'll probably use Mortar, to be honest. I feel like Mortar and Ice Wizard will be a great combination with Mini P.E.K.K.A. Probably not Mini P.E.K.K.A. in there, but Mortar and Ice Wizard will prove to be quite a controlling deck. And then I think possibly Minor Control might be pretty effective as well. So you got Minor, Mini P.E.K.K.A., Ice Wizard, Poison. That seems like a pretty solid start to a deck if you ask me. I definitely think we're going to see a lot less Graveyard controlling the meta, which is obviously great. So probably less Poison decks overall. Maybe more Fireball, Rocket, Lightning decks. I think Golem beatdown is going to be very strong, so maybe Golem, Dark Prince, Mini P.E.K.K.A. is going to be strong. It's hard to say, but that does definitely look like it will be strong, because you've got the Mini P.E.K.K.A. which is going to absolutely destroy any tanks. Dark Prince to provide some splash damage, so I definitely think that will work. I'm unsure about whether bait will be effective. It's hard to say. But I feel like it's definitely going to make a comeback, because of all of this kind of graveyard poison, bridge spam meta definitely countered bait. So I think bait will make a bit of a comeback. It's hard to say. It's always been fairly strong, but I would say in this most recent meta it's probably been at its weakest. So it'd be nice to see a bit of a comeback for bait. But yeah, I'm going to come back with some strong decks for you guys soon, hopefully involving the Mini P.E.K.K.A., probably the Ice Wizard, maybe the Dark Prince, and we'll see what we can come up with to crush the new meta, as it were. But anyway, for now guys, we are going to move into a couple of live games with this Hog Mortar deck. Just to finish off the video, I'd love to know your thoughts on what you think of the changes, what you think the new meta will be, what you're happy with, what you're not happy with. So yeah, go ahead, leave a comment down below and let me know about that. But for now, let's just jump into 1 or 2 games. Alright then guys, we are switching up with a bit of Hog Cycle, so going to see if we can pull off a couple of wins for this video. So it looks like we're going to get roughly about the same amount of damage done to each other's towers, so can't complain too much there. I feel like I probably used a bit more elixir, but I'm not really sure. However, we are up to 8 and he's not played any cards, so there we go. So yeah, he probably had a 1 elixir lead there, which is fine. So we're going to protect our archer there. And all we're going to do is go for a cannon, and that should be great. Cannon and Ice Spirit, and everything else is probably going to clear itself up. And that's a value fireball if I've ever seen one. I don't really know why he did that. I think he thought maybe I didn't have my fireball back in cycle. What I'm going to do is... Okay, I'm going to do this first, obviously. Protect my towers. And then we're going to go for a hog push on the right hand side. He's probably going to have minions in cycle. Maybe... Yeah, archers. I don't know if he'll have barbarians still. Yeah, but he's forced to kind of zap. So we are going to come in with a cannon. The archers are going to do great. I don't really think he's going to get... Is he going to get a shot? Yeah, he's probably going to get a shot, actually. Well played. We're coming into double elixir now, so he's going to have his barbarians back in cycle. So I'm going to send in my goblins. So he actually uses barbarians, which is really weird. I'm not sure why he actually did that. But now I'm going to send in a Hog Rider, and I don't think he's going to have too much to actually deal with it. I think I still got a shot, but his goblins did actually take out my hog. And we're going to cycle back really quickly. Throw in the fireball. Hopefully, yes, we're going to get a shot. So the hog and the fireball does some damage to the tower. And our tower's still doing really nice. So here we go. Knight to tank the minions. Cannon, Ice Spirit, archers, everything going down. This is going to be a win for us, I think. Thanks, good game. My cycle just worked out better for me. And he messed up with the barbarians on the right hand side when he thought I was going for a push. So plus 33 trophies, pretty nice. So we are jumping into another game. We're just above 4,600 trophies, so about 3,000th in the world, so not too bad right now. Oh, so we've got a Night Witch. You won't be seeing many of them tomorrow, which I am really, really happy about. I'm sure a lot of you guys are as well. To be honest, I'm just going to fireball that. It'll just clear it all up, and the archer will get some more damage if he leaves it. So we're putting some pressure on him, as he did go with an elixir collector. So I'm not sure... Oh, okay, that makes a bit more sense. But the hog is going to do a crazy amount of damage to the tower, so we should be able to clean up whatever he's got for us. And hopefully stop the elixir deficit from kicking in. This isn't great, I'm not going to lie. We are going to pressure the opposite lane, however. We're just going to see how this goes for us. So we're going to get a massive amount of damage done, I think. Okay, definitely a bit worried now. So I need my my knight over here. That's pretty well played, to be honest. Elite Barbarians are going to give me a headache. But it doesn't look like we're actually going to lose a tower at all, so he couldn't really convert the elixir advantage into a massive damage lead. And my level 10 Fireball is going to do a great job on his level 9 elixir collector, so I'm pretty happy with that. We've got both towers down fairly low. We're going to go this way. Hopefully he doesn't have Elite Barbarians in cycle. If we can take out this tower now, then I'll be more than happy with how things are going. Yeah, that's great. So we want to pull this golem to the side. Hopefully deal with everything else. Going to get the knight over there. Going to take out the night witch. Getting a nice spirit. And hopefully going to save this tower over here. Okay, we're going to pull the golem to the side. Have a word with it. Get the cannon down. And what we need to do is freeze these elite barbarians, because these are going to be an absolute pain. Get some more archers down to do some more work for us. Here we go. And if we can survive this, I think... Yeah, Fireball Zap. There we go. Good game. Good game. Well played. There it is. So you had a couple of counters to Hog Rider and we still managed to pull off the win. So I am definitely pleased with that. Going to open up this crown chest and then finish off the video. So 2,400th. That's pretty decent. So guys, that is going to do it for today. Excuse my voice. Hopefully it'll be better for the next video that's coming up. But I definitely wanted to get this out with the recent balance changes. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on the balance changes. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Oh yeah, don't forget 2,000 subscribers for the face cam. We are so close, so let's get us there. And hopefully next video we can get some face cam going on. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.